What is going on, everybody? Lou from Life Beyond the Panels, and it is another week, another top 10 video, and pretty excited about this one. It's going to be a little bit different because I've decided not only am I going to include the physical comics that I've read during the week, but also the DC Infinite and Marvel Unlimited comics that I actually read for the week as well. There are certain books where I decided I'm just not purchasing anymore, but I still want to read them through the app. So I'm just reading them with a little bit of a delay. With DC Infinite, 30 days, and Marvel Unlimited, 90 days. 90 days. So to me, it's all the same. It's all part of my weekly reading, and I want you to be part of that journey with me. So without further ado, let's dive into the top 10 issues that I read this week. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Dispatch. This was a new number 1 by Ignition Press, and I really enjoyed it. It basically is Delivery Guy meets Die Hard, and there are some great one-liners in this book, which I really enjoyed. The atmosphere was really cool. You have this office building where you have terrorists. Very similar to a Die Hard thing, except you have this ex-military guy who's basically going through some PTSD who happens to be in the office building when all this is going down. And it's great to see him use things from opening up packages that he should be delivering to be able to make weapons or whatever the case may be. And yeah, to me, I was really impressed with this book. I'm excited about it. I will definitely be getting issue number 2. And so yeah, Dispatched issue number 1 gets number 10 on the countdown. At number 9 on the countdown, we have here, this is Supergirl issue number 14, which I read on DC Infinite. And I have to say that this was a big improvement over the last couple of issues. I really liked her new suit in this. Kind of reminded me of like a Green Lantern type thing in a way, where now she's almost able to like manifest these constructs. And she had a great fight with Zora in this. I really like that as well. The artwork is amazing in this book. I think this is one of my favorite books when it comes to artwork as well. And yeah, I'm excited about this story again. Supergirl number 14 gets number 9. Number 8 on the countdown is going to be M.A.S.K issue number 2. Yeah, I really enjoyed this as well. Part of the Energon universe, which we really like. Now, shocker, Transformers, which we also read this week, was not in the top 10. That has its own reasoning for it. Maybe I'll get into that a little bit later. But this right here, M.A.S.K, was a fantastic book. I really enjoyed the chemistry between Bruce Sato and Corey Baker. Now, I don't really have much of a connection to M.A.S.K. I didn't play with the toys when I was younger. I don't think I even watched the cartoon, so I'm not really as familiar with these guys. So I'm kind of learning about them as I go along here in the book. Has some really great action sequences, really great artwork. The cars are driving, and you could really feel how fast the cars are driving. So I really enjoyed that as well. And this is just a good monthly issue. Actually, I will bring up Transformers real quick here. And the reason why I didn't love this week's Transformers issue, and this is something I've noticed, like I said last week, with Batman as well. I don't like it when comic books are throwing too many plot points at you at once, and you're getting like the middle of a bunch of different stories. And I feel like that's what happened with Transformers, which is why I didn't rank it that high this week. And that's what I liked about this book, M.A.S.K, and a lot of the books here in this top 10, is even if it's part of a larger storyline, the issue gives you a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I feel like that's a satisfying thing. And that's something I feel like that weekly books that we're spending $4 and $5 on, you should probably get. You should still get a full story, to where if I'm, little Joe walking into the comic shop and I've never read the comic book before, and I see this book called M.A.S.K, I'm like, has a cool helicopter. Maybe I'll buy it. And if I pick it up and I'm in the middle of a story and it doesn't explain what's going on, and it's only the middle of the story, then I'm like, comic books, they kind of suck. I'm going to go back to playing video games. Well, if we get a beginning, middle, and end in every single book, even if it is part of a longer stretch storyline that's probably being written for a trade, that's the kind of books and the kind of comic books that I want to invest in. And that's what M.A.S.K was right here. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it gets number 8. Coming in at number 7 is a number 8, and that is Sorcerer Supreme, number 8. I've really enjoyed Scarlet Witch. I enjoy her story. Now magic books are a little bit more complicated, and I get that. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to say that like I could read everything in this book and it automatically clicks. In fact, what I did is there was one page where I was kind of really confused. It was the backstory of the Extinction King, that I actually took a picture of it and sent it to ChatGPT. And I'm like, I said, ChatGPT, do me a favor, can you explain exactly what's happening on this page? And once I got that explanation about what was happening in his backstory, I was like, boy, this is amazing. And I think that's the thing with a book like this. It rewards you more when you take your time. Some books you need to read slowly, but that doesn't mean it's a bad book, and it doesn't mean that it's not clicking with you. You can still enjoy it. And that's where I feel like I am with books like this, and like maybe with Doctor Strange and maybe Zatanna, where there's a lot more complicated words and terminology being thrown around that, I'm not a mage. I can't, do those kind of things. But Wanda continues to show just how powerful she really is. I think there's only supposed to go 10 issues. So, I hate to see her lose the Sorcerer Supreme. I like her role, and she's really just getting started. So, you know what, Marvel? It's okay. We can go longer than 10 issues on this. Give us 20. Give us 30. Let's have some fun with it. Let's do it. Sorcerer Supreme, number 7 on the countdown. Coming in number 6 on the countdown is Emperor Aquaman. This is going to be issue number 18, which I read on DC Infinite. What I really enjoyed about this book is, Jeremy Adams writes both Green Lantern and Aquaman, and I liked how their interaction was together in this book. Jeremy Adams writes Hal Jordan perfectly, I feel, and with this new version of Aquaman shows his new powers he has. It's wild just what he can do with the blue. There was one point in this book where he stops these guards, their hearts, by stopping the water inside them. That was pretty crazy stuff. I'm excited to see what happens in the next one as well, and to me that means it's a good book because I want to continue to see how it progresses. So yeah, this one comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 on the countdown is going to be Absolute Catwoman, number 2. Now I think this book is interesting. It definitely reads more like an ongoing than a miniseries. One thing about it is, I'm wondering if it's going to really have any true connection to Absolute Batman, or if this really is a standalone Catwoman story, which is fine. We got to learn about the Calicos, which is a group that Catwoman was with when she was younger, doing her burglaries and things like that. Holly continues to be the emotional center of the book. She's the one who really got them to stay together. Now she's the reason why they're all together doing this mission with, I believe we have here the Huntress and the Question, I think, is the 2 characters which come from the regular DC universe that are now with Catwoman. So yeah, I'm enjoying her voice. The artwork is incredible in this book. And if a book has good artwork, I can then excuse the writing a little bit, but the writing has been really good in this as well. So I'm invested in it. I enjoy it. We'll be here along for the ride. So yeah, Absolute Catwoman gets number 5 on the countdown. Coming in at number 4 on the countdown is going to be Black Cat, issue number 12. Now, this is my guilty pleasure book. I've loved every single issue of it. I love G. Willow Wilson. I like what she does in Poison Ivy, and I like what she does here in Black Cat. Again, this is going to be a book I'll be disappointed if it actually does end with issue 15, which I guess it's probably going to be. But speaking about a book with great artwork, such amazing artwork in this, and the interactions between Felicia and Punisher are awesome. She's hunting him. He's hunting her down because he hit her dog. And you know what? This is like a John Wick thing. You don't mess with the dog, right? So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But then by the end of the book, we have this little cliffhanger where it looks like they're actually going to have to work together. Yeah, so been really enjoying Black Cat, and gets number 4 on the countdown. Before I get to the top 3, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, and of course that bell which notifies you guys that I'm posting a new video. I post my weekly hauls on Wednesdays. I post the top 10s usually here on Mondays, and I'm also working on a monthly video series where it's more of me giving my thoughts on different subjects. If you guys are interested in a video like that, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Now let's get on to the top 3. So coming in at number 3 is going to be the Fury of Firestorm, issue number 3. This is a really great story. Now, the only reason I'm not reading it in paper form is because the first issue didn't really capture me as much. A lot of people loved it. I was like, I'm not really sure. But again, this is a spot where I was like, all right, I can wait 30 days to read issue 2. And I've been rewarded because now I'm reading it here on DC Infinite. And in this issue is when everything really finally clicked. We get Dr. Stein's story and what his motivations were, and they made sense to him, and it almost was like a villainous look at him, and I thought it was really interesting. So this Firestorm origin becomes more and more compelling, and then to see why Firestorm is the way he is right now, and why he's this murdering maniac, it seems like, really does actually make a lot of sense. So yeah, I am super excited to see what happens here at issue number 4. Yeah, let me know if you guys are really enjoying it. Coming in at number 2 is going to be G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. This is issue number 330. Absolutely loved it. I'm a sucker for any kind of issues that have to do with ninjas and have to do with Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes has always been my favorite character of anything my entire life, pretty much. From the second that I started reading G.I. Joe comics back in the early 90s. And yeah, this is a great issue because we get to see what happened here once Dr. Venom activates something that he implanted in all the minds of everybody who has Snake Eyes as memories. And it made for some really interesting confrontations, especially one with Snake Eyes and Scarlet, as well as going on with Sean as well. We had some really great stuff where the Joes found a way to trick Sean into thinking that maybe they were part of Cobra. So this way then he would actually then kill the Blue Ninjas instead. So some really great stuff. We don't know what's going on with Dawn right now, so we're going to see what's happening with that. And we also get a teaser in here about a Lara Croft Tomb Raider G.I. Joe crossover that's going to be happening later this year. So I thought that was actually really cool as well. So yeah, really enjoyed G.I. Joe Real American Hero at issue number 330. An example once again on how you can have a book that's part of a larger storyline, but has a nice beginning, middle, and an end. And that's exactly what this did. And that's one of the reasons why it hit number 2 on the countdown. But now we're up to number 1. And this book this week was by far the best book, I thought. And it has to go to Absolute Batman, issue number 22. You know, when I came into this issue, I wasn't really too excited about it because I was like, not really sure I care too much about Harley Quinn's backstory. But it turned out to be a really, really good one. It went someplace I did not expect it to go. Again, her interactions with Batman were actually really funny in this because they're basically trying to escape the Robins. And she feels like this is a good time to, hey, Batman, I'm going to tell my origin story as we're trying to stay quiet and flee away. But yeah, we get a nice little reveal about who Harley Quinn is related to. Now, maybe that was a shock for some people. Maybe it wasn't a shock. To me, it was a surprise to me. We get a nice little cliffhanger here having to do with the Scarecrow, which was another, to me, thing that was like, whoa, like what the hell just happened? So yeah, this was definitely my biggest book of the week and my favorite book of the week by far. And it shocked me because I did not expect this one. I was ready for this one to kind of be like, okay, this is when the scale went back here on Absolute Batman. This one might not be as good because I wasn't as interested in Harley Quinn's character in this version of Harley Quinn. But you know, after seeing this, I'm like, wow, this actually was perfect to me. So yeah, Absolute Batman issue number 22 gets number 1. So now, before we finish up this video, I need to find a book to go put on the wall right back there to replace that last Absolute Batman cover. So I have a pretty idea I'm going to choose, but you know what? You guys give me your opinions as well. So first we have here this latest Absolute Batman cover. I don't think I'll be putting this one up on the wall. It's good, but not what I'm looking for. Not one of the finalists, I should say. Normally, anything that has Snake Eyes on it is going to be a contender for going on the wall, but this only has Snake Eyes as a leg, so just his leg alone isn't going to get him on the wall. Next up here with Black Cat. Absolutely. Black Cat, once again, always a front runner to potentially go on the wall. Love this cover here with her holding the bomb in the back, and you got Puncher here with the knife in the back and then face to face. So this definitely is going to be a contender to go up on the wall. I like this Absolute Catwoman cover as well. I think this is actually a really neat cover with her flying through the sky, essentially jumping, I would say. So I'm going to put this one on the list. Now, this Sorcerer Supreme cover, to me, it's a little bit all over the place. A lot going on. Not loving that. M.A.S.K, nah. I'm going to flip through these quickly. Dispatched, nah. Just Brutal. These are the books now that didn't make the top 10. Just Brutal, nah. Just this issue, Just Brutal, honestly, was not as good as they usually are, by the way. Which is why it wasn't on the top 10. Still an amazing series, but that was not it. This book is officially being dropped. The book was terrible. I hated it. I really hated this book, Showdown, and I hate this cover as well. This is dropped after issue number 2. Transformers number 34, not really feeling this cover. I like the colors in it, but nah. Another book, which was, honestly, I hated this book this week. I'm going to keep on buying it because of the fact that it's part of the bigger Batman thing going on, but Barbara Gordon Breakout was pretty bad. I did not like this at all. And I don't like this cover either. And she needs to wake up and stop being drugged every single issue. A book that was outstanding, by the way, it didn't make the countdown. It just missed the countdown. Was Bleeding Hearts number 6. I'm going to say no to this cover. And the final cover here we have is Daredevil, which this Again, did not make the top 10. I like the book a lot. Just, you know, it didn't hit the stride this week. I thought it was a little bit slower. Another situation with these books that's in the middle of a story, didn't really have a middle, beginning, and end. So yeah, Daredevil, I'm not really, it's a really cool cover, honestly. It is a cool cover, but yeah, I'm going to make it between Absolute Catwoman and Black Cat. And I'm not going to lie, this is not really too difficult for me. I'm going with the Black Cat cover. This is not even a conversation. I think I knew this probably like when the week started, this was going to be a cover. So, but got to go through the motions. Let's go put it on the wall. All right, and that's that. So, once again, another top 10 video in the books. So, if you guys once again like this video, click the thumbs up, click the subscribe, click that bell, and get notified for when I post a new video. Until next time, see ya.